Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Rise and shine and sing out the glory, glory. Rise and shine and sing out the glory, glory. And so I'm here to tell the story of the photo that's turning the world. Oh, rise and shine. And sing out the glory, glory, rise and shine. Listen to the story, story. Woo! And with all of that, Republic is gathering as we speak. Okay, with everything else that's going on, Republic is gathering as we speak. Oh boy. Well, as they once said to what was her name? Mrs. Oh gosh, what was her first name? Something Todd Lincoln. As they said to Mrs. Lincoln, aside from everything else, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? How was the play? Aside from everything else, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Somebody sent Bear in a super chat and asked him why KP keeps messing with Louis' fingers in pics. Is it really gone? You know, I couldn't explain that. I could not explain that. Oh, by the way, Church Nelly, thank you so much for being here first. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex, etc., etc.
Um, but yes, if you do choose to do something, Church Nelly, if you go all the way to the start of the chat, Church Nelly has put some options there for you, and they are greatly appreciated. Um, oh, well, you know what, Church Nelly, we're getting rid of Patreon, so nobody do the Patreon, but which I still haven't shut it down yet. Love Wins Movement, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. We say good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Um, mm, and just think, they had the nerves to say that the pictures of Kate smiling, um, or whatever, is some absurd conspiracy. Well, it can't be that absurd. I mean, uh, it seems to have gone around the world and back again. The term conspiracy theorist is a comfort blanket that the indoctrinated have been trained to parrot. Once uttered, is only, I'm sorry, it allows the incurious mind to slip back into uninformed ignorance, says one of those blue check marks who just doesn't want us to talk about the obvious. They don't want us to talk about the obvious. They want us to look at the shiny object over there rather than to as what was that Dan Wooten said, rather than acknowledge the fact that the calls are coming from within the royal family. The leaks or whatever he said is coming from within the royal family. So that's what it is they want us to look at the shiny object over there. Well, you know what? We look where the heck we want to look and get used to it, because you can't run from this one. This one is unavoidable. And so far, I don't know if William has shown up for the big to do today, but Republic is there. And the last time that Republic was outside of the Westminster Abbey, um, and William and Kate were doing, oh God, I guess it was the Commonwealth, whatever it was. They booed and heckled them and said, "You're next," or whatever. We didn't forget about you, whatever the case may be. But anyway, thank you all for being here, and I'm going to get started very soon. Let me go ahead and bring my slides up. Um, Very unusual hour for me, I know, but I actually went to bed quite early last night, and then I woke up and I'm like, well, since I'm up, I may as well go ahead and talk about it. Well, I talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Talk about moving. You gotta move on, huh? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I mean to tell you, and it was just such a party. Yes, yes. But the Met Police said, please don't expect us to go and do a missing person. There is no one missing. Of course, they're not missing. I think they may be in some um, facility somewhere, but they're certainly not missing. Or check a mama's house. But while you're looking, Mary Todd, thank you so much, Black Queen, Mary Todd Lincoln. I don't know why I couldn't remember her first name, but yeah, Mary Todd Lincoln. Aside from everything else, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? That's so bad. That is so bad. Anyway, got a bunch of stuff, so let's get on with it, shall we? Hello, Colleen, Islander Jen, Black. I'm sorry. Oh, Ladybird. Let me see. I was about to say Blackbird. Ladybird. Rositas. Cassie Banks. Uh, Let me see. What is that about Southwest? Oh, okay. Thank you, Kathy. I'm sorry, Cassie. All right, all right, all right. Let's get on with it, shall we? So, fake. I'm sorry, I was about to say fake Middleton. Kate Middleton fake photo exposed. Dun dun dun. Oh boy, I gotta stop. Lip balm before I split my lips. Uh, before I split my lips. Okay, so um, it's morning. Do you know where your Princess of Wales is? It's time to pour some tea. It's time to pour some tea. And of course, our fave is above the fray. It has nothing to do with her. Um, it has nothing to do with Harry. God bless. It has nothing to do with either one of them. And isn't that a relief? Because the last thing we want is for them to drag the Sussexes into it and to imply that they have the only thing that they have to do with anything that comes out of that institution is the fact that they represent the very best of what a royal can be, whether you're working within the institution or outside the institution. They represent the very best. And what's such an interesting contrast is that Harry and Meghan had a picture perfect weekend as though they were, let's say, if Texas was another country. These are the United States, and it is a sovereign state. Well, it's a state, it's part of the republic. They went to another state and they went to a community center. Meghan gave well, she spoke on a panel. Harry accompanied her. It had all of the things that you associate with a royal tour. They went to a restaurant that is like a favorite, and of course, returned their fortunes even better. They were already doing great. And of course, the birthday party. And of course, you know how it goes in a few days or in the coming days, we're going to get even more photos of things that they've done or experienced that we had no knowledge of, right? So we can look forward to that. They always trickle in, just like when they went to Dusseldorf and there was the photo from that cafe. Harry and Meghan do not bring cameras. They go and visit. They will bring cameras to something that's associated with the Archwell, but to someone's private home, no, they do not. That is something they don't do. Everything that we've seen from that restaurant was provided by the restaurant and staff, not by Harry and Meghan. But still, you know, nowadays everybody's a photographer, everybody's a photojournalist because we have these smartphones. So that is the contrast, is that they had this picture perfect weekend doing the same stuff that they would have been doing over there had they not been bullied into leaving. They were bullied out of Kensington Palace, right? They were they were bullied out of their country cottage, right? That place in the Cotswolds. They were bullied out of that. And then eventually they were bullied out of the Frogmore Cottage. And of course, they were even bullied out of Canada. They bullied them out of Canada. Oh, who's going to pay for their security? They made this big fuss about their security and everything. And then so they had to retreat into a home provided by a friend, a new friend, and also the godfather to a little bit Diana. There was a lot of things that happened. A billionaire godfather. And the first child of any royal in that family to have a black godfather. I think we forget about that sometimes, but there you have it. And so there is nothing, and I do mean absolutely nothing, that they can blame on the Sussexes. Now, listen to Norman Baker say on Talk TV that the royal family has been lying and manipulating photos shared with the public for decades. They've been using the press and media as a free PR agency to put out photos they want us to see, but hide photos of royal children going shooting. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess they don't want people that are against that type of thing to know about it. So anyway, let me play that sound bite for you. And let's make it do what it do. Oh boy, this is I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to laugh. I am going to laugh because this puts me in a good mood. Only because they had it coming. I love to see bullies get their comeuppance.
Manipulation from the royal family on photographs is not new. This is a new form of manipulation by changing the photograph itself. But let's remember that there's been a ban effectively on news agencies and photographers picking up pictures of the royal family's children, but they're very happy to release pictures themselves. So in fact, what they've been doing over decades now has been using the press, the media, as a kind of free PR agency to put out pictures that they want the public to see, while making sure that the pictures they don't want them to see are hidden. For example, pictures of them going shooting, because all the children, the royal family children, are told to shoot. Those pictures are never released, of course.
And Norma, what do you think?
Wow, now see, I did not know that. I did not know that. We do know from Harry's book that they go on these shooting parties, but as it is now, they don't share that. They don't want to share it. Interesting. Colleen says, I don't believe Kate made the statement. Thank goodness Harry and Meghan are away from the madness. Hear, hear. Thank goodness they're away from it. Let me see. Just walk out in public, Kitty. Yeah. Just and it almost makes one believe that the photo in the car may have been authentic. However, it goes against that image that they want. Oh, anyway, do these hands look familiar to you? Do these hands look familiar to you? As if, well, you know what? I won't tell you where you may have seen them, but of course it's implied that the photo in question, it almost makes you think that there was someone else sitting there. I don't know if I buy that because, whoever was sitting in that chair, let me stop before I say that, because the thing is, we're going to go through that photo again, by the way. They layered so many changes to that photo. I don't believe that Kate was responsible for that photo. William took the photo, and someone else, or perhaps William, decided to get crafty. And you know what I'm saying? They decided to get crafty and do something to that photo. It may have been Kate, but I don't believe it was, because Kate has already gotten in trouble because of those doctored photos, right? So if she is in some state, maybe she would possibly use poor judgment and try to do it again. But I don't suspect that's the case. I think it was someone else in Kensington Palace who thought that photo was a good idea. Now, this is what I played for you yesterday. Oh my God, GB News is speculating if Kate is still alive or if she's getting a divorce. It feels like Christmas and the eggnogs is spiked, so the truth is accidentally spilling out. So gonna play that again just in case you did not hear it from yesterday, and then we'll take it from there. Please don't forget to hit the like buttons, and do consider getting a membership to Royal Sussex and supporting this channel in some other way if you can. Okay. Soundbite from yesterday. Soundbite.
Picture.
Let me make this sound better.
But this is, I mean, you're making light of it, Cressida, but this is actually, there's something horrible.
What is it?
Happening? My guess is that there's a divorce. And that's what I think.
Okay, that's interesting.
He's not, I'm hoping that that's all it is. It could be something worse. It could be, she could maybe even, I don't even want to say.
You think she might not even be alive anymore?
She deselected her. She did something.
Okay, well, we got a picture of her. Let's have a look. Because a lot of photos that I saw earlier were saying how beautiful.
One more time.
Photoshop picture has extra fingers in it to let us know that it's Photoshop. But this is, I mean, you're making light of it, Cressida, but this is actually, there's something horrible.
What is it?
Happening? My guess is that there's a divorce. And that's what I think.
Okay, that's interesting.
He's not, I'm hoping that that's all it is. It could be something worse. It could be, she could maybe even, I don't even want to say.
You think she might not even be alive anymore?
She deselected her. She did something.
Okay, well, we got a picture of her. Let's have a look.
Okay. So, this is the guy with the silver hair. He's the one that was speaking. I don't have a photo of the other guy that was speaking, but this is what they were saying last night, right? This is what they were saying last night. But whatever the case may be, nobody is going to trust this institution again. Nobody is going to trust this institution again. There are going to be royalists that want to believe everything that is said, but I think the vast majority of people, that trust will, and especially the younger people, their confidence in the institution was already waning or non-existent. But at this point, they won't have any, especially the way this has taken over TikTok. The way this has taken over TikTok is nothing that you could ignore. Okay, so why the Associated Press retracted the first official photo of the Princess of Wales since her abdominal surgery? Well, as far as I know, the Associated Press, they still have not said exactly what it was that they saw. What was it that they noticed that made them say foul, and we just are not going to do this? They did not go into detail. At least I have not seen any place where they've gone into detail. But the Associated Press and 4 other distributors of news, people that disseminate the news or people that share these photos, not only are they saying that they are no longer going to use that one, and that they ask people to take it down or remove it, but they're not accepting anything else in its place. They're not accepting anything else in its place. So that's it. Nothing else will do. Don't bother to send anything. We're done. Interesting. Quite interesting. Let me see. I'm gonna find that article from Associated Press. Okay. Oh, my apologies. I did not have that one ready. And that was last night. And of course, they allowed the photo to stay up, and then they not removed it, but then they released that statement, and then that's when everything, the whole charade collapsed when they released that statement about the photo. Okay, I'm not seeing it. So okay, I'm just gonna bypass that. But yeah, because I'm not seeing it now. I had it, but then I closed that tab, and now I don't have it. So my apologies. Okay. Well, anyway, last night, I had a feeling that this was a really bad thing, and it has panned out to be just that, a flipping nightmare. Oh, so there you go. Photo kill, Reuters, picture kill. Yeah, Associated Press's photo kill. Reuters says picture kill. Getty Images, mandatory photo kill. AFP, mandatory kill. And EPA Images, I've never heard of that one before. Mandatory kill. The royal family is being spanked, if you will. They're being chastised by some very important media outlets. The Associated Press, Reuters, Getty Images, AFP, and EPA Images. That one I've never heard of. Actually, I don't know that I've ever heard of AFP before, but they are coming for Kensington Palace. They are coming for Kensington Palace, as well as PA. Well, I think it should be Associated Press. 5 other agencies around the world have taken extraordinary steps. A step of killing the photo of Princess Kate. Unbelievable. Hey, Novi D. Unbelievable. Yes, I am going to do that. I do have that one ready to go. As a matter of fact, you guys, if you have access to that video, please share it if you can. That is what we're doing in the squad. We're sharing that because it really drives home the fact that the palace is more than capable and have quite often lied, or either household of the royal family, whether it's Clarence House or Kensington Palace, when it is convenient for them, they will lie. So Kensington Palace refuses to reissue original, unedited Mother's Day photograph of Kate and her children after Princess apologizes for editing image. Associated Press made a request for the original photo. And what was said is that because the royal family, or Kensington Palace, because Kensington Palace refused to reissue a photo, they said that's why they're not going to do it, because they want the original. You see, there is information embedded in those photos. And the only way to avoid that is to do a screenshot. And apparently, the photo that was sent out to the Associated Press was not the original photo. And so the timestamp is not embedded in the photo. That information that is embedded in the photos that we upload would allow them to deconstruct whatever it is that was changed. I forget the technical term for it, but because they do not have the original, they can't even see what was changed. The reason why they likely want that original is, and this is what Associated Press is not saying, but we discovered yesterday, thanks to Black Queen's request for the Adam's apple, is this. When you examine this photo, if you follow the right side of the zipper down to the lowest point where you can still make out that that is a zipper, from left to right, there is a horizontal line that shows you where this image of Kate was removed, was cut from another photo, and it was pasted onto this photo of Kate and her children. That is not Kate from the other day. As a matter of fact, that photo is not likely from this past week at all. So here is barely noticeable, but it's when you change the tone, when you highlight, it changes the texture enough so that you can identify certain things that are inconsistent. And every time the subject of this photo comes up, not sometime, but every time, you find something different. And today, just as yesterday, what bothers me about this is that they are involving the children in this lie. I don't care who edited the photo, to do something like that involving the children again. Just like when they had a photo of the Queen and all of the great grandchildren, they were trying to drive home the point, look, Archie and Lily are not here, but everybody else is. So much so that they edited Louis into the photo. And people did not make enough of a fuss about it then. That photo should have been rejected. But something has changed in the relationship between those international news agencies and the royal family. Something has changed. Maybe they just don't want to be used again. Honey Tea Biscuit says, I don't know why the UK people are so quiet. They are paying heaps for these seemingly evil firm. Are they so subservient? Well, I mean, I could say the same about the United States Congress with those people that walk in a pauper and come out a billionaire. I wonder how many people in the Senate could not afford a private jet when they got there, and now they have one. And I think it is pretty universal that people accept those things. Long as we have our big screen TVs and our SUVs, we don't tend to make a fuss. But when you take those things away, then people don't tolerate it. So if you start taking away those big screen TVs and the ability to eat several times a day, that's when people will turn. But unfortunately, this is not enough for anybody. Although it is going to cause a heap of embarrassment on that institution, unfortunately, I have to admit it's not enough to make people gather and rally to rid the country of the aristocracy. But you never know. It could be a start. It could be a start rather. And that's, you know what? Let me go back to this one more time. What bothers me right now is that I see a lot of people dancing around the problems that they have with the photo, but there aren't any people on television saying that Kate's face is superimposed on top of an existing photo. I have not heard anyone say that. They're not pointing out what I just shared here is that very strange horizontal line. Now, they will mention the fact that there's something wrong with the zipper, and I'll share that with you soon, but they're not stating the obvious, and that is not Kate as she would have appeared in that photo, that is a cut and paste image of Kate. Clearly cut and paste. She's not there. So last night for me, this morning for you, these were the headlines for today's paper. What am I saying? Joyous Mother Day snap was meant to be the reassurance we all needed, but has it backfired? Or photo from Palace was doctored, says agencies, says 5 agencies. Elaine Parker, good morning to you, and Thank you so much for the super sticker, or is it afternoon where you are? But thank you so much for the super sticker. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. All right. So this is what the Daily Mail shared for the headline on their website today. Kate's photo apology, right? And I'm sure they changed this several times. But I have to admit, nobody has done as much as the Daily Mail, in my opinion. At least I haven't seen anything else that really tears at the authenticity of that photo. And I'll show that to you. Let me go on here. CBS this morning mentioned about Kate's head imposed on the body, but they didn't take it seriously. They treated it like it was a conspiracy. Yes, see, and that frustrates me. It is very obvious that it cuts off. And that's why I said they're dancing around it, but they just won't say it for what it is. And to call it a conspiracy theory, then that is giving aid and comfort to the lies or the liar at the Kensington Palace. Yeah, that frustrates me. That one part right there. If they would just make clear that she's not there, then people would know how utterly bogus this is. But well, I guess they don't want to go too far. But again, it's not working for me. I want them to call it out completely. So this is from the Daily Mail. Charlotte's hand, empty space where sleeve should be. As you can see, her left hand kind of seems a bit too large and it's not fitted with the cuff of the jumper or sweater that she's wearing. Kate zipper, top is further left than it should be. Now, top is further left than it should be. Instead of just saying her head is cut and paste. Charlotte's hair ends abruptly on right shoulder, right? Instead of the hair falling naturally, and remember that's her right, not your right. Charlotte's knee appears washed out on the edge. I don't have a clear photo of that, but trust me when I say the higher knee, her higher knee, the very edge of her knee is blurry. It's blurred out. You can't see it unless you enlarge the photo. And that was something I did not see yesterday, right? So her knee, okay. You can see where there's the paving stone or brick or whatever laying next to the grass, the border of the grass. If you were to look at that up close, you would see that it's not a crisp, clear edge. It's blurry. Okay, so trust me, that right there is what they're speaking of, even though you can't see it. Okay, what else? Louis' jumper pattern appears abrupt on right arm. Okay, abrupt on right arm. Can't understand what that one means, but okay. Let me say this though. That sweater that he's wearing looks just like the one that was worn when they went to that baby bank or shelter or whatever it is, except it seems like they changed the tone of it to the odd color that it is now, if that's at all possible. Like they changed the tone of the jumper that he's wearing. Okay. Louis' right hand, blurred right thumb against trouser. Okay, that again, you'd have to see it larger. Wonky ledge, that is, edge of stone appears distorted. yeah, one of the stones, it kind of looks like it. Well, anyway, I can't show you with this photo. And then, of course, wonky step, edge of step against wall is disrupted. Oh, okay, that's the one I'm talking about. Louis's left hand little finger seems to end early. So I'm going to try to show you some of that stuff when I can get a close up image, but right now I cannot. George right arm, edge of jumper appears artificial. Okay. Kate's right hand blurred. Yeah, one hand is blurred, and her right hand is blurred, her left hand is not. Kate's hair blurred on right side of, but jumper is unblurred, right? Where the line between her hair and George's jumper, there's a certain blurred edge which lets you know. See there on the on her right side, on the left side of her head there, on her right side, that whole line is blurred. Whereas on the other side, it looks somewhat more authentic, but on the other side, it's just very wistfully blurry in the most unnatural way. Inauthentic, unnatural, as though someone used, like, well, I don't know what that particular adjustment is called, but you can blend the line so that it just looks fuzzy. And that way, if there was a line that would show that you cut this photo, it would blur that line so that you, I mean, I've done that myself with photos. So that is definitely something that is doable. And let's see. Kate's hair. Okay. Charlotte's hair, right of hair dips in unnatural, what is it? Unnaturally. And George sleeve, odd line appears. I know which one they're talking about, but again, I can't show you with this photo. But they screwed up. They really, really screwed up. Carolita Simone, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you as always for supporting Royal Sussex. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, so you have that going on, right? There's a lot. And every time I look at it, there is something else. Okay. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit and see if I can catch a couple of your comments. Okay, and thank you for that again, Lorna. Bonjour, Mary, was it Dangobin? Bonjour to you too. Okay. Harry and Meghan were forced to disable comments on their very popular Instagram page, Sussex Royal, because of trolls. I wonder if KP will do the same with their social media pages. That's a good question. That is a very good question. That is a good question. I'd like to know that too. Lily Lamore. Oh my goodness, you haven't been able, because I've been going on so late. Well, thank you so much for being here. Honey T Biscuit says, it seems as though the situation has turned back around to what the Spanish media stated. In Kate's is in a coma. Is Kate alive? Did something happen to Kate in front of the kids? Are the kids at school? It seems as though they would want to share William and the kids together to show some continuity in the royal family, in the line of succession. It seemed like the natural thing to do is to put the kids on display. But since Christmas, we have not seen the kids. And of course, if you want to be or should I say, as a future head of the church, and having had some tragic illness strike Kate, I said that week or sometime thereabouts that it seemed like the very wise thing to do is to take the kids to church, to have footage of you and the kids going to worship on Sunday morning. It would be a way to send a signal that that things are grave but yet hopeful. It would show that you care if you were to go to church with the children, right? And yet they never take those kids to church unless there's an occasion. And that's something I don't understand about that family. If you're going to be the head of the church, if there's a war that breaks out, go to church. If there's a national disaster, go to church. I don't mean when there's a big ceremony with cameras, but at least have some pool photographer show you and the children going into a house of worship, the Church of England. They won't do that. There's so many things that they could do that would help their case, but you can't expect them to do anything sensible so long as people are answering to William. William is going to run that institution into the ground. It is going to sink like a stone. He has no ability to lead. So again, these are those photos side by side. You can see that odd line. You know what? I wish I would have. I'm hoping you guys can see it because I neglected to put an arrow at the exact spot. And maybe I will do that just to make sure that we're all clear. And truthfully, I'm going to do it right now. It won't take but a second. But I'm going to put an arrow there just so that we're all clear to what I'm speaking about, because I think it is very much central to what we're saying here. And yet there doesn't seem to be enough people that are talking about it, which is frustrating to me. But, okay. Well, that was fast. All right, so save. Done. Then go over here and I will bring it up for your benefit. Okay. Oh, all right. So go ahead and study that one for a second while I bring up the other photo. But I'm going to put an arrow so there's no question about what I'm talking about. Okay. Got it. And coming up, you guys, coming up. There you go. Right between those arrows, there is a horizontal line that shows you exactly how it was cut and paste. And then the edge of the hair on the left side of your screen, or the left side of her head, which is her right side, that fuzzy line is a stark difference to the right side, which seems more natural with loose hairs and all. You can see like loose split ends and everything, but here it's just fuzz. It's just fuzziness. And there you can see how abruptly Charlotte's hair just stops, abruptly cuts off. Wow. Wow. Somebody has really screwed up. Oh, good. Good. Minxie Martin, thank you so much for that. This very moment, Sky News Live is talking about your line. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Letitia Malone, thank you so much. Glad you're here. Thank you. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. Worst visual effect, the Kate Middleton Mother's Day photo, British royal family. Yeah, they should win an award for the worst possible. You know what? Okay, let me see. Okay. I want to take a look at that right now. Let me do that. And if I can, you guys, I will play the sound for everyone's benefit. If I can. Oh. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I could access it right now, but thank you so much for the link. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can't use it over here, which is unfortunate. But all right, moving on, you guys. Moving on. Let me keep it moving. Thank you all so much for being here at this early hour. Hello, Donna Reese. There's so many people I don't see anymore because I've been coming on so late. All right. Now, let's go back to this one right here. I don't know what type of software was used to remove the fuzziness of that photo, but obviously there was something used. And whatever that something is, it has made quite clear that something is foul with that photo. Can we all agree upon that? Something is foul with that photo. And even that horrible, evil Angela Latrine, she was said this morning, if there is something wrong with Kate's face, where it was so bloated the other day, and by the way, I do think that Meghan it was responsible because she's a Hollywood actress and she has ways of doing things, but her face was bloated, and in that photo, it's a very slender face that we're all so used to. That's what she said. She said her face appears bloated in the car photo, which, you know, if you're on steroids or you're sick or something like that, would happen quite routinely, right? But in less than a week, and I should remind you all that none of the British news outlets or tabloids have shared this photo. And people are saying that it's likely because it goes against the perfect Kate. Kate, the English rose, everything is always perfect with Kate. It flies in the face of that. And so therefore, that particular photo is rendered useless to the royal family or the institution because it's not picture perfect. So if that is Kate in that photo, looking like her hair is greasy, her face is bloated, and as some people say, it even has the appearance that she may have had a stroke. If that is her. The hair doesn't make sense, but again, they're taking a very grainy photo and they're making it smooth. I don't know what software is used to do that, but I tell you, they've done a great job of it. They have done a great job. It's almost as though I can see her left eye just looking at me. I mean, it's actually kind of spooky the way her left eye seems to, you can almost see the iris and everything. Very spooky. But if that is Kate, looking quite bloated, or possibly Pippa, whose face is rounder and Kate's is more narrow. Yeah, where's the mole? The mole is something that people mention, is that you can't see the mole. Well, if they can lift strands of hair, if they can lift the sharp edges of her eyewear to make this photo clear, then they should have been able to work out the mole, and the mole does not appear. So that is a problem. But if that is Kate, and if that's the way she looks, then it should be of no surprise that she would prefer not to appear in public. But also, it's disturbing because they want so much for Kate to be perfect. Perfect Kate, perfect Kate. Is there any wonder that it has taken a toll, or may have allegedly, possibly, is there any wonder that it could have taken a toll on her mental or physical health, having to be perfect all the time? And then add into that mixture that you have to be better than, you have to outdo your sister-in-law. And then let's add this to that. Not only do you have to be better, but simultaneously, we want you to dress like her. We want you to gesture like her. We want your hair, everything. We want you to send the message that we have replaced the other royal princess. The perfect duchess has been replaced. That seems to be the message that they were sending, because the whole idea that imitation is a form of flattery, I disagree in that case. Then that's not the complete phrase anyway, but I disagree only because we know that at the root of it, that they are trying to eliminate any recollection, any memory of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and replace it and superimpose Kate on top of it. And just as I said many times, if you Google tan coat, you are going to see Meghan, or Google, Meghan Markle tan coat, you are going to see Kate pop up. Meghan Markle tan coat. Okay, I've just done it. And I see Meghan. Do I see Kate? Let me see. Okay, let me see. So far, maybe something has changed. Oh, there she goes. There she is once, twice. Yep, there she goes. And 90% of it is Meghan. I'm scrolling through images. Most of it is Meghan, with the occasional Kate Middleton popping up, sometimes right next to Meghan. And see, that media guy that they hired, that's his job. His job is not manipulating photos, but his job is feeding the algorithm information. And in his case, I believe that his job was to eliminate Meghan from people's ability to search and replace it with Kate, or to, at the very least, to make sure that Kate is right there next to her. She can follow Meghan. Meghan has passion. I'm sorry, she can't follow Meghan. Meghan has passion and is enigmatic enigmatic naturally. She has a very powerful and joyous aura. I agree with that. I agree. And thank you, TB, for saying that. I agree 100. Don't forget to hit those like buttons. And do consider getting a membership to Royal Sussex, still a bargain, at just $4.99. A great way to support this channel. Cynthia Henderson says, love to Baron and the mods. I'm making my breakfast and my morning tea, so I'm just popping in to randomly make comments. Love your voice, Baron. Thank you so much, Cynthia Henderson, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, need a sip of water. It's kind of dry in here. And you know what? If you all are surprised I'm up this morning, trust me, I am too. I was hoping that our Duchess was going to appear at the Oscars to present an award, hopefully for Misan Harriman, and that did not happen. But there again are those 16 issues, right? And right here, Prince Harry claims the palace faked him putting out a joint statement with Prince William. Now, as someone mentioned before, they asked if I would play that, and I certainly will. And this was that point in which I was planning to do so. So let me get that queued up for you. This is very important because in the docuseries, Harry and Meghan, Harry made it quite clear that he was very disturbed and disappointed by the fact that they allowed, or that the palace, not allowed, they just did it, that the palace issued a joint statement claiming that the Sussexes were not bullied out of the United Kingdom, when we all know they certainly were.
Had we not got out when we did,
Our security was being pulled. Everyone in the world knew where we were.
I said we need to get out of here. We are on the freedom flight to see this institutional gaslighting.
I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
They were actively recruiting people to disseminate disinformation.
They were happy to lie to protect my brother. They were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
The rogue royals.
They just wanted to be free. They wanted to be free to love and be happy. I applauded that.
In order for us to be able to move to the next chapter, you got to finish the first chapter.
It gave us a chance to create that home that we had always wanted.
I've always felt as though this was a fight worth fighting for.
Wait a minute, was that the right one?
To see this institutional gaslighting. I said we need to get out of here.
Hold on. Let me make sure that's the right one. Let me see. Let me make sure that was it. Okay, give me a second. I just want to make sure I got the right one. Because everyone has been sharing it. And just want to make sure I got the right one. Oh, cool. I got to share that one later. Oh my God, I see Republic is out. Okay, sorry, you guys. Let me make sure I got the right video. I'm looking for the one where Harry said, was that it? Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe this is right. Oh, yeah, I had the right one. Sorry about that. I did have the right one.
Had we not got out when we did,
Or security.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. There's only one way I can check. Okay. Oh, okay. Here goes. Here goes. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't have doubted myself. That was right. That was right. The one where he said gaslighting. Sorry, you guys. So sorry. It was right. So I got in the car after the meeting, Harry said, after recalling a meeting where Prince William screamed and shouted at him, I was told about a joint statement that had been put out in my name and in my brother's name, squashing the story about him bullying us out of the family. I couldn't believe it. No one had asked me. No one had asked my permission to put my name on a statement like that. I rang M and told her. She burst into floods of tears because within 4 hours, they were happy to lie to protect my brother, yet for 3 years, they were never willing to tell the truth to protect us. So there you go. That was it. And so that is what we have been sharing, just to make sure that along with this photo, if you can share that, if you can find it on social media, along with this photo, please do share that so people can see how the institution is willing to lie against the Sussexes, lie for the sake of winning this one-sided war against Harry and Meghan. Okay? Now, Omid Scobie, or Super Omid, has been getting shady. Omid has been getting a mite shady. Omid has been going there. And I do mean that in a good way. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Now, so Omid says, content and thankful. That was one of his tweets. Another one, he says, how we all doing this fine Sunday? To me, I think that is the shadiest, the funniest. And of course, wonder what it would be like if they had a good comms team. Like I have been saying for the longest, it would serve the institution to have a spokesperson, to have a single spokesperson, not Rebecca English, not anyone from the Royal Rota, but a professional who does not have ties to the media, perhaps, or someone who is perhaps from one of the Commonwealth countries or something, someone who does not have any baggage with phone hacking or anything else from the past. It needs to be someone with an unimpeachable reputation, someone who can convey honesty, or at least appear to be more genuine than anyone else in that Royal Rota. That is what they need. When the Royal Rota is speaking to, let's say, the Americans, people assume they have credibility because of their English accent. As a matter of fact, in a lot of our movies, a lot of mad scientists and all, maniacs, geniuses, they all have the English accent. Anytime you want authenticity, just throw that English accent in there. But the truth is, that is also an accent that I associate with tabloid media. Even in the US, a lot of the people that have run the Star, the Inquirer, the Globe have been people from the UK that came over here to show you how tabloids work, how you make money with a tabloid, how you can just keep going as far as possible to get everything you want out of these tabloids via a made-up story or whatever. So that is what I associate with the tabloids. Unfortunately, sorry to my friends from the UK, but that is just how Americans see tabloids, as something that originated with Rupert Murdoch, who is from Australia, and of course the British tabloid media. That's the appearance of it. That's the face of it for us. Wonder what it would be like if they had a good comms team, he said. So what would it be like? You would at least have one central figure, even if it was someone from each individual household. You would have that one central figure for people to turn to. The way it is now, the Royal Rota, they call the palace asking, or actually receiving instructions about what they should and should not report and how they should report it. And the only time the calls go the other direction is when they don't like what has been reported. And at that point, that's when they will change it. They will literally take the headline and turn it into something else. They will remove parts of the story to suit the palace's needs. That's how they've been doing it. They don't have that good comms team or communication team or that central figure that is a one-size-fits-all to get their messages out. Statement from Kate, the Princess of Wales. Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. Signed, C. Signed, C. Okay. Catherine is spelled with a C. Okay. Her cipher is a C. I don't know that I've ever seen anything with the C as a way of signing it or acknowledging or whatever. I've never seen that. They could have just not put the C, but it seems as though they want to make it completely clear that this has nothing to do with William. I repeat, it seems as though they want to make it concrete and clear that this has nothing to do with William. Yes, Sonia Johnson, I did hear what James O'Brien said. I did. James O'Brien had a lot to say about it. Well, not a whole lot because he was doing something else when I saw it. But so in other words, they're throwing Kate under the bus. They are throwing Kate under the bus. That's the only thing that I don't think that message comes from Kate. I really don't believe that comes from Kate. I believe that just like that photograph, it's another manipulation. So recollections may vary. Okay. Let me see. What is that? All right. Let me continue here. I'm going to take a look at a couple of your comments. Oh, that's for someone else. Sorry about that. Yellow Rose Tea, good morning to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me go to the next thing here. So, Omid Scobie came out with his book Endgame, as we all know. And Endgame, Omid tried to give warnings, right? And then someone, well, how do I put this? Someone kind of decided to leak the thing about who's a racist in the family. And then to make sure that it got out there on the right platform, they made sure that it was what's his name? Meaning that it probably came from someone in the royal family, I believe. They told hoghead Piers Morgan to just throw it out there. And as we all know, Piers Morgan is very close to Camilla, right? Very close to Camilla. And because they seem to have a war going on between the two households, and as I pointed out earlier, I would say it's a possibility that someone from Clarence house, allegedly, possibly Camilla, may have orchestrated that. Maybe. Excuse me. Okay. I am just, I'm going to take a look at Twitter just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I'm going to take a look to see what's been posted recently, just to say I did. Okay. Okay. Oh, Omid Scobie says, he has another tweet. He said, it's fair to say that most photos released by the offices of public figures have been retouched in some way. So as an isolated incident, this is just an unfortunate error. But with the palace's long history of lying, oh, you say it, Omid. Let me see. Yeah, with their long history of lying, covering up, and even issuing statements on behalf of family members without their permission. In other words, Prince Harry, it's becoming increasingly difficult for the public to believe a word. And now photos they share gaining that the back at this excuse me, gaining back at this point is an almost impossible task. Gaining. I wonder if that's the right word. Oh, well. That was a recent tweet from Omid Scobie. Okay. Omid is on it. Omid is on it. Okay. All right. Okay. Again, I'm just taking a look through, and I think I'm all caught up for now. So let me continue with what I have here. Excuse me. No worries. I'm okay. Again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you want to consider supporting Royal Sussex, you can always get a membership starting at just $4.99. Now, take a look there. The way to close everything down would be to release the original photo on which Kate decided to experiment with editing. That's very unlikely, mind you. So Chris Ship with a P, not a T, is saying what a lot of people are saying. If you want to be done with the matter, just issue the original photo, which is what the Associated Press was asking for. Breaking: Kate admits she edited the photos. You want to put it to bed, then just give them or share the original photo, and this is likely to go away, which I'm pretty sure what Chris Ship is trying to say is that just prove to us for certain that Kate was even there in the first place, and that they did not superimpose her image onto an existing photo or new photo that is embarrassing to the palace or goes against the image that they've cultivated for Kate, perfect Kate. In that case, just share the original photo, and then there's nothing else to talk about. It becomes a moot point. But they won't do that. They just won't do it because they're hiding something. They are clearly hiding something. They have the opportunity to issue the original image, and they won't do it. Why not? What are they hiding that they will not issue that original photo? Okay. Fair to say that, okay, that's what I just shared, isn't it? Okay, I just shared that one. I'm sorry, I thought it was something else. Oh, got another soundbite for you. This one comes off of TikTok. This one comes off of TikTok. That is what I meant to share.
What you're being told to.
Oh boy. Nope. Okay. Now, let me try that again. Oh, okay. This one has been quite popular, by the way.
We all know that this photo has probably been photoshopped to hell and back, but I've been doing some research and I really believe that this photo was taken back in November of 2023, or some version of this photo. And if you don't believe me that this photo is really photoshopped or fake or whatever, then look no further than this notice from AP that they sent out telling people not to publish it because there was evidence that it had been manipulated. I'm not going to waste your time pointing out all the different evidence of Photoshop. It's all over Twitter. Just go look. Instead, I'm going to say, let's take a really good look at these outfits. Okay, so in November, Kate and her kids went to a baby bank and put together a charity video that dropped in December. And if you know anything about Kate Middleton, you know that people obsessively track her fashion. So of course I was able to find a bunch of blogs breaking down exactly what she was wearing. Now, yeah, I know that the sweater in her picture was black, but stick with me because it's photoshopped. I think they changed around the clothes on the photo, but look at these boots and look at the pants. This is the exact sweater. It's from a company called Rice, I believe. And look at that neckline and look at this part right here. I've upped the exposure quite a lot so that you can see the ribbing better, but look how it lands on her like thigh area, the thickness of that belt of the ribbing, and then look at the turtleneck. Yes, I know a lot of turtlenecks look the same, but I do believe that this was photoshopped to be darker and it was just that cream sweater because they don't make it in another color. They make it in cream and in camel. Now let's look at the boots that she's wearing in this new photo. It's the same exact boots as this baby bank visit that she did with her kids. Let's talk about the little girl and what she's wearing. Look at the neckline on this sweater in this photo. And here she is in a very similar neckline on the same day from the baby bank. And you can see it even better here in the fashion blog from December where they were breaking down what everybody was wearing in this video. It's a very specific neckline. I mean, take a look. It looks like they just added another sweater on top of this. But it doesn't stop there because take a look at the shoes that her daughter was wearing that day. These are the same exact shoes and probably the same tights, but it's hard to tell because the photos are a little bit saturated and I can't see the ribbing in the original one. But it's definitely the same shoes. Now the older kid was wearing this navy sweater and plaid shirt underneath at the baby bank, But it kind of looks to me in this photo like that's the same sweater. They just made it a little bit lighter, and then they didn't want you to notice the checkered collar, so they covered it with blue. Unfortunately, I really could not get a clear shot of the pants and shoes of the little boy, so I didn't bother to go into his much, but it's weird to me that Kate is wearing a sweater that looks suspiciously exactly like that cream sweater, except just happens to be darker, with the same exact shoes and the same exact kind of looking pants, and then her daughter's wearing the same exact sweater with the ruffled neck, with the same exact shoes, and possibly the same tights. Now, yes, this skirt is different, but that is one of the most glaring Photoshop issues in this photo that a lot of people have noticed. Right here where the skirt juts out and it doesn't make any sense. So additionally, a lot of people noticed right here where they messed up the sleeves. So I'm kind of thinking that they probably took this photo the day of that event back in November when they filmed it. It didn't see the light of day until December, but I think they filmed it in November. But of course, they're not going to release a picture that's supposed to be brand new with them all in the same outfits from a publicized event. So they just kind of tinkered it a little bit. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you will call me crazy, and I'm used to it. So go ahead. They're definitely pulling the wool over your eyes with this one.
Okay. So you know what? I'm going to show you the exact outfits that she mentioned in that video. I'm going to show you the exact outfits that she mentioned. Let's see here. Give me just a second. And what she was saying is that George is wearing a plaid or a checkered shirt. And you cannot tell that the shirt that he has beneath that jumper is actually of a different color because they added a blue tint to the shirt so that it just kind of blends in with his jumper, right? Or his sweater for you Americans. Okay. There's that. Okay, so she's saying that Kate has on the cream colored sweater that they wore to the baby bank, but they tinted it blue. That is possible to do that. That very specific neckline that you see on Charlotte is the same one that you see on that photo. Well, I'll show you again. And of course, there's the blue with the checkered that George has on, but they just tinted his shirt beneath blue to match the jumper that he has on, which they made much lighter. But they swapped out the skirt, even though Charlotte is wearing the very same tights and the very same, she's wearing the same tights. But they remember I said how that skirt seems to push over in some unusual way. Let me find a nice close-up photo that I could share with you all. But the skirt looks kind of boxy in some weird way, like is against her and not on her, if that makes any sense. Give me just a second. I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me see. No, okay, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so just take a look there. Look at how the side of the skirt looks way too wide for her petite, small child body. You see what I mean? See how it pushes all the way over like that? That looks strange. It looks like she has a towel or something like that. A towel or a piece of fabric just laying across her lap, which of course she doesn't. That was superimposed. Just like the sweater, the jumper, the cardigan she's wearing on top of the shirt, that appears to have been superimposed. And so now you can see clearly the checkered design of George's collar and how they look at how faded his sweater is compared to the way it appeared when they were there. That is the same shirt. That is the same shirt. That is the same sweater. It's just faded. And then I'm wondering, did they do something to Louis' sweater like fade it, but possibly not because, well, anyway, let's just take a look and see because you can't be sure with these people. Oh, let me see. What did I just do here? Oh, I need to take that away. No, okay, so that is different because the pattern doesn't go all the way down. But Lord knows they may have just swapped it out for something else, but that is obviously different. At least I think it is. I think it is because the pattern goes all the way. Let me see one more time. Let me see that one more time. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that may be the only thing in that photo, along with Charlotte's skirt, that may be the only thing that is inconsistent. Otherwise, the rest of it seems as though it's recycled. Now, Kate's wearing skinny jeans, whereas that day she was wearing tights. Yeah. The Palace went on, what is that, Canva, to use AI to edit the photo. You highlight the section of the photo, you give an AI a prompt, and it makes the changes. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, that would explain a whole lot. Give it enough time. Give it enough time. I was suspicious of the Mother's Day photograph. Kate was never during pregnancy or after or any time since has she gotten Diana's ring off. There is, I'm sorry, where's that ring? Yeah, why it especially if you want to quell any rumors about Kate's whereabouts or a divorce, you would put the ring on her hand. The ring is not there. We've never, ever seen her without that ring. I don't know that she's ever took that ring off. Now, of course, having surgery, likely it would come off. But to share a Mother's Day photo, one would assume that it would come back. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Consider whether or not you are subscribed and possibly starting a membership to Royal Sussex, a bargain at $4.99. Okay, as graphic designer, I'm compelled to post this pic. Was removed by English press, lies about why, is very badly edited, photoshopped, etc. This is what I found in under 60 seconds. Do I have that? Oh, let me see. I don't know if I the part that's in black there. I don't think I saved that part. Let me double check and see if I did save it. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I did not. Yeah, I do apologize for that, but that one I did not save. Oh, but I can take a look for it. Yes, it's Becky. Oh, I found it. I found it. Window knob wouldn't have reflection. Okay. His shoulder would be up with his height distribution. Pattern is mismatched. Only her hand is blurred. Only one hand is blurred, but they put only her hand is blurred. His fingers have been cut off. There's a blur on the concrete. His pinky is longer than his pointer finger. George is missing a foot. Charlotte has a big and tiny thigh. Charlotte's sweater cuts off, partially missing. George's pinky made of modeling clay. Kate's neck is blurred. Oh man, I don't know if I should take this person serious or not, but my. You know what? We are going to have days of this, I hope. Days of it. Oh, I see what they mean. Tiny thigh, missing shoe. missing shoe. Okay, they do have a circle there. The modeling clay, I'm not buying that. If that is, well, okay. Oh, I see what they're saying about the reflection of the knob. But I think that's one of those shutters on the inside, so I'm not sure that that's a thing. AI generated edits. Oh, if it was AI, then definitely they could have screwed that up. Yeah, if it is AI, the AI may not have the intelligence, if you will, to not alter things in some awkward way like that. So, yeah, that is a possibility. Okay. And then here's some real like AI stuff where people just were messing around. And as you can see, AI always gets the hands wrong. They seem to have mixed the image of Charlotte and George into one person. Louis got 3 legs. I mean, it's frightening what AI can do sometimes. And then on the right side, you can see the fingers and the ring. All of that is gone terribly wrong. This kind of stuff would haunt your dreams, I could assure you. The toes are not right. So this one is kind of funny. This guy says, I fixed it. I love this one. Hello, Judy Matassit. Of course, those are in no way resemble the Cambridge children, but God, is that funny, isn't it? Somebody says I fixed it. Of course, it's a blue check mark person who's making money from engagement, but well, listen. Aside from the very veiny foot, let me see. Oh no, they messed up the toes on her foot, didn't they? Looks like her toe blends in with the other kid there. But how funny. How funny. Okay. And then there's this one. This one, of course, I could actually fix that where it looks better, but I'll do that later. But that one is funny too. So yeah, they're taking license with all this stuff, and it's okay to have a little fun with it. Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apology for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. C. Well, it should be, W, but they put C. Someone posted this making fun of the fact that William probably wrote out the thing himself and then had someone post it. Okay, missing but not missed. Remember, we have not seen Kate since the photo there on the right side. We have not seen Kate since that time. We have not seen Kate since Christmas morning. The Star said things are worse than anyone knows. And I believe that that is still true. And let us not forget how the people of, Sweden, was pretty upset with Kate Middleton because she and William, they seemed to ignore them while they were in a receiving line. They were holding up the line. Everybody else in the theater was sitting down and everything, and they were still standing in the hallway behind Will and Kate. It was very, very awkward. But you notice that here and here, Kate, and by the way, this photo of her is airbrushed. They do a lot of that for Kate photos. When they buy those photos, they make her face look smoother and everything. Here, same thing. And there you can see a candid image of Kate looking rather distraught. And of course, that photo was not touched up. And then here on the right, you can see how loose and baggy and boxy that dress appears. I mean, it's just like she's swimming in that thing. I don't know what size she wears, but she is swimming in that dress. And Kate, over the past couple of years, has been looking very, gaunt and anemic. But closer to Christmas, she looked particularly bad, and she's been wearing wigs for at least the past year, which could be an indication of some sort of hair loss. Whatever the problem is, she's been in trouble for some time. Judy Matasid says, man, you're working hard. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Judy Matasid. I went to bed early last night, and I couldn't wait to get up today for the Commonwealth thing, but this seems to have taken precedence over everything else. So here I am. But thank you so much for being here and for being a member of Royal Sussex. Membership started at just $4.99. And of course, some people think at some sanitarium somewhere in Switzerland, or perhaps a convent in Tierra del Fuego. Yes, at some convent in Tierra del Fuego, there may be this mysterious dark-haired woman that doesn't look familiar, obviously, because there's no wigs and hair extensions and makeup. But that mysterious dark-haired woman who has no visitors, who seems to be a danger to herself and others. Who has the tan line from having worn a ring on her hand for the past, 12, 13 years. That mysterious dark-haired woman is in some room somewhere away from cameras and visitors, save for the usual staff person. And so far, they don't know who she is, but I wonder. Oh, man. So, as I said, it's protest day. Join us from 12 on United Nations Green. I guess that's the area across from the Westminster Abbey. Outside, well, there it is, Westminster Abbey. And as you remember, they were able to go inside and play a little trick on the institution by going on a tour of Buckingham Palace and then opening up their jackets or removing their top layers to expose the T-shirts that say, "Not my king." And of course, they have been giving Charles a lot of grief for the past couple years. And so they were asking people to come out and protest the church service today, the Commonwealth service. And this photo is from this morning. This is the photo from today of people gathered outside of Westminster Abbey to protest the royal family. And from last night, here's a group photo of Misan and Daniel Aluelo. And let's see, that's Misan's wife next to him. I don't know those other two people there, but that is the Academy Award last night. Unfortunately, the actor did not win, but, God bless that Misan Harriman made it to a nomination. He will be considered an Oscar-nominated director as well as acclaimed photographer, which is nothing to what do you call that? Nothing to, well, anyway, however that old saying goes. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. I'm done. I will probably come back later tonight and talk about the Commonwealth Day. But for now, I am going to say thank you very much. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Also, thank you to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. And I hope to surprise you with the early Royal Sussex again very soon. It's nice to see some of the names that we haven't seen in a while. Remember to consider getting a membership to Royal Sussex. Still a bargain at just $4.99. But if you choose, there are some higher levels of membership that you can support this channel. And yeah, and that's that. So Mo Shannon is doing well, Church Nelly. Oh, and you guys, please don't forget to pray for Jerry. I believe her surgery is today, or is it tomorrow? But please make sure you guys pray for her. If there's anything that gives her a boost, knowing that the Sussex squad is praying for her and thinking about her and such, gives her a lot of much needed energy and a spiritual uplift. So Jerry White is having surgery this week, so please make sure you keep her in your prayers. Yeah, please do that. All right, so I'm going to go. Love you guys. I will see you perhaps later. Or I may wait till tomorrow to talk about the Commonwealth Day. Depends on how shady it gets. But I had a blast. Thank you. Love you guys. The last word of the day is no bad energy. And of course, whenever you see our queens, it is time to go. And you know what I mean. Where is our queens? Okay. There we go. And let's end with the Ginger Avenger.